As it's always muted, say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Thanks as always for joining us on a Father's Day edition of Say Hey Plays. Shout out to all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day. My dad, your dad. Shout out to Jimmy the Bag. As always, happy Father's Day to him as well. We're going to knock out all 16 games here in this MLB slate, a full Sunday of Father's Day action. We're going to try to do it here about under 30 minutes, make it a quick Say Hey Plays so you guys can digest it, go hang out with the dads, go be a dad, barbecue, etc., etc. So we're going to have a lot of fun here. Shout out to the chat. Brian Watson in here, bright and early. Air Dog as well on Baltimore money line. My guy Justin McElvey every day in the chat. Appreciate my guy. Happy Father's Day to all. And he's on Gunnar Henderson total bases here. That Stacks record. You'll get that shit up, my man. I in that hole right there with you. You'll get that shit up, my man. Here we go. Start it today. Andrew G in here, sky high off that UFC. How was it? I watched the last fight of Vittori and Cannonier. I saw Vittori get his ass kicked, unfortunately, for Clint. Top set as well. Jay Coop in here. Rocco Rogers, another one of my guys that are in here always. And shout out to my own Dodgers took it back. That's funny. Shout out to the Rocco Rogers in here as well, like he's saying in there. Appreciate you, my man. That Padres was good money last night. BJ saying the Dodgers are a fade right now. Not good baseball for them. And Rocco liking that look on Gunner, Justin. So we're all supporting you here. Viper MB in the chat liking a little Houston. First 5 full game action. Dodgers -1. Seattle first 5 -0.5 and full game. And Baltimore team total over there. Put a star next to that comment so I can hold it and wait for it and bring it back up as well. D Jenkins on Baltimore as well. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to probably be on Baltimore as well, but let's talk it out here in a second. Let's get into these games because I'm going to try to knock out all of these games here in about 30 minutes-ish, like I said, so we can all get back to our dads here and hopefully make some money on the process too. And if you guys are here watching the video now in live or in a playback, definitely hit the like button if you can. Helps the program out a ton, and we appreciate it as always. Now let's get after it. In my Father's Day rush, unfortunately, did not update pitcher records on the graphics, so you'll probably see that some of them are wrong, but don't worry about it. It's all right. We'll still live here. And let's talk about Red Sox Yankees game 1 here. The starter for the Red Sox was actually just announced. Caleb Ort getting the ball for the Red Sox here versus Clark Schmidt, and nonplussed about it. I am. I'll say that. Shout out to my guy Jimmy again. He's a reliever, so this seems like it's going to be a bullpen day. And according to RotoWire, Chris Murphy is going to be the primary, which is interesting because Chris Murphy's a lefty who has 1 appearance in the majors. I'm trying to get through these burps already, damn it. He's only had 1 appearance in the majors, and he was pretty good in that appearance. And he's one of the more I guess excited or hyped prospects in the Red Sox system when it comes to pitchers, but that's not that many. He went 3 1/3, 2 hits, no earned runs, 5 Ks, 1 walk at Cleveland. So it was really impressive here. And now he's getting the ball against Clark Schmidt. Yesterday I was on Red Sox money line and the under in the game, and unfortunately, obviously, it got canceled. And now we got this double dip. Yankees right now -115, -105, over under sitting at 9.5 for that game. Again, everything in my core beliefs right now tells me to bet the Yankees in this game. It's just a pitcher that I don't believe in to start the game. A rookie coming up for you Red Sox Yankees in his first start at Fenway Park. I feel like this double dip has split written all over it. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Yankees win game 1 and the Red Sox win game 2. So obviously, I'm passing on game 1, and shout out to Remos who gave that funny comment yesterday about how this show might be just pass, and it might just very well be. 76% of the bets and 87% of the money on the Yankees, and that's only 700 tickets right now compared to all the rest of the money and the 12,000 tickets, for example, on Cubs, Orioles. So still early big bets on the Yankees. So we'll keep an eye on that number as it progresses through the day. Game two, and I have not been drinking already, Slow Jam. I wish I was. Game two, we've got Luis Severino versus Brian Bello. And this is the game I think the Red Sox win. Bello pitched well against the Yankees last time at Yankee Stadium. 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and a 3-2 win there. It was a very, very fun game. It's concerning, obviously, the back-to-backs. That always affects my capping heavily. And he's not had a back-to-back this year, so we'll see how he operates under it. But sure didn't hurt Tanner Houck when I thought it would. So I definitely lean Red Sox here. We'll see how game one shakes out. If the Red Sox lose game one, I will most definitely be on them on game two. So follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett, and you can get all the details on the bets. Luis Severino, real quick, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned in his last start against the Mets right after the Red Sox series. It was a 7-6 win for them. I've never had faith in Luis Severino. I've never thought he's very good. And you can probably tell that most of my opinions on the Red Sox Yankees is colored through watching the Red Sox beat the Yankees. So I don't like Severino. I've never thought he's that good. So I like the Red Sox in game two. Brian Bello, again, concerned of his back-to-back starts here, but we'll see how they operate. Real quick, just to give you guys hitting stats for the last 2 weeks, or should I say, I always say that. I don't know why I say last 2 weeks every single time, but I don't want to. But it's more like this whole month. Since the beginning of June, the Red Sox and Yankees have been horrible offensively. And you guys have seen me cash unders on this squads, or I should say this series last weekend all day. And I'm considering going back to the well, but we'll see here. 29th are the Yankees in offense against righties, 73 weighted runs created plus. Red Sox are 12th, 104, but I have a feeling that game was really, or that number is really buoyed by that big offensive number they put up against the Yankees the other day. So I will probably bet the first game under. We'll start there for official bets. They didn't start Paxton. I don't know why they didn't start Paxton. I was a little disappointed in that too, Rocco. I wanted to start Paxton in this game and just come out there and just beat the shit out of the Yankees and hopefully sweep them. But that's not what they're doing. So whatever, it's fine. I will take the first game under, game one of Boston, Boston, New York, under 9.5 at minus 117. Like I said yesterday, I'm going to keep betting these unders until they start cursing me a lot. I had the under in the first game, obviously, and by the way, you can get minus 115 on our friends at Bovada. I bet in the first game, obviously, the Red Sox broke that number on their own and to their best offensive performance in fucking weeks. So I just don't think that'll be their thing. Slow jams with no Judge in the lineup. The Yankees team total under. I've been saying that the Yankees are just an under team in general without Judge in the lineup. So I have a little more hesitations betting unders, team total unders like that. I'd rather bet the full game unders, but I don't hate it at all, for sure. So first game under for me in game two, again, watch my Twitter. If the Red Sox lose game two, I will be on the Red Sox in some form or fashion. And then if the under cashes, we'll see if I bet the over or what happens. But game one, Yankees, Red Sox under 9.5. Game three now of our system as we get out of the double dips for the Red Sox and Yankees is the game everyone was talking about earlier, Orioles, Cubs. And I want to jump on with you guys. I want to jump on with you guys with Baltimore as well. And I'm going to bet them post haste. I'm going to have to eat some juice perhaps. But I was pretty disappointed in Baltimore's performance in the series so far. I'm not going to lie. But I like them here. And market-wise, by the way, really, really interesting stuff here. And I'm going to refresh real quick to make sure we have the most accurate numbers because, as Jimmy would say, we hate giving stale information. By the way, ticket splits on both of those totals. 50-50 on the tickets, 32% of the money on the under in game 1, and then 50-50 essentially in the game 2 for money and tickets. Yes, so now let's get to the Orioles here. 70% of bets and only 56% of the money on the Orioles. 30% of bets, 44% of money on the Cubs, which is interesting. I like the Orioles here too. Shout out to Real Deal Prime saying Dean Kramer, the second most profitable pitcher in baseball. Number one's Tommy Henry. Wow, interesting. Tommy Henry. And Real Deal, is this a full game money line or first 5 here? So shout out to that. Tori, I'll tell you, ticket count for this game as well. As don't worry, Papa, I got you. Total wise, 64% of bets and 55% of the money on the over 9 here. And allegedly, according to Action, I don't know about you guys, this number was a 10. I had this as an 8.5 last night and the 8.5 now. So very interesting notes there. 55% of the money and 65% of the bets on the over. Last night, this was a lot higher on the Orioles here, the money wise. So late money coming on the Cubs, which I don't really hate. I don't really hate. Rocco saying the Cubs have been smashing righties last 10 days. Explain the money on the Cubs, but I think O's get right here. Let's go into and yes, Jameson Taillon is pitching. I don't know why I have Justin Steele up there. So Tim T, you're right. It's Dean Kramer versus Jameson Taillon. The last, let's see here. I'm looking for the Cubs. Last 18 days, as we say, against righties, shockingly enough, they're 25th, 80 weighted runs created plus for the month. But let's cut it down to just the 11th to the 18th. So literally just this last week. They're 12th best, 116 weighted runs created plus. So that tells more of a story about how their recent form is. So maybe I'll leave it for that short period of time there so we can illustrate, I guess, better how their recent form is. Full season, by the way, Cubs against righties real quick, because this Cubs team has been, very hot and cold at times. 17th, 95 weighted runs created plus there, full season against righties. So very interesting. Baltimore, by the way, 4th against righties in that last week span. 137 weighted runs created plus. I don't believe in Jameson Taillon at all. So I like the Orioles here. And by the way, I wrote this down last night. 23% of the tickets and 95% of the money last night was on the Cubs. So that was very interesting. And then obviously we've seen it even out throughout the day. So I'll hit pause here because I want to join you guys on Baltimore. And let me see what prices I'm getting here real quick. Sorry for the little bit of a dilly-dally. I can get Baltimore money line minus 111 here. So that's not bad at all, honestly. Shout out to our friends at Bet Online, guys. Our friends at Bet Online, you can go sign up using an account or a link on Pub Sports Radio's website, www.pubsportsradio.com. You'll get a deposit match. And as always, it'll let them know that we sent you. And that's a good thing for us. Helps us out a lot. So shout out to that. Nasty Nate, shout out to you, my man. Thank you for watching. BJ saying favorite play and only bet so far for him is the Rangers minus 140 there. Open at minus 110. And I agree with you there. I like John Gray here as well. I think Debbie Kevin, first one told me about John Gray's goodness. Shout out to him. Mr. Heat on Austin Hayes RBIs here. Interesting. First 5 over and for Ricky Bobby asking about. I don't hate it, especially how these offenses are. Let's check the weather real quick in Wrigley because I know obviously this is a place that weather affects more than most. 9-mile-an-hour winds, 10-mile-an-hour winds, kind of blowing sideways into third base. So very interesting. Maybe weather will be a factor here, but 10. As I learned the other day, because I bet the under in that game when the wind was blowing in, only 10 mile an hour didn't affect shit. 10 mile an hour winds at Wrigley is not that big of a deal. So I will pass this game for right now. I definitely have Orioles money line written down, and I'll come back to it at the end of the program, and we will see if we can make this official. I'm going at a slow pace right now. We have 16 games to break down. I said I was going to try to make this around 30 minutes. let's speed this up with a shit game here. Atlanta Braves, Colorado Rockies. If Again, shout out to Dabby Cab. Well, he talks about how he bets first 5 -1s, et cetera, et cetera. We talked about in this program for the last 2 games. If I was going to bet those, this would be the series to do it. And the Braves have just continued to just slaughter the Rockies. It's been ugly and early. So honestly, I kind of expect the same thing here. -310. We are trying to be a little more picky choosy about our -300 rules. Chase Anderson's been fine this year, but the Braves are just that good that I would never want to get in front of their train here. So easy pass game for me. Quickly, the tickets here. It's always interesting that these underdogs have more money on them, I guess. 27% of the bets, 66% of the money on the Colorado Rockies. So take that with what you will. If you're interested in the Rockies today, I don't hate it. Friends don't talk friends off dogs. Totals wise here, 65% of the money and 65% of tickets and 77% of the money on the over 9.5 there, or the over in general, I should say. So easy pass game for me. I wanted nothing to do with it. It's a tough game. And shout out to you guys who's on this as well. Turnsy, we're not at plus money units yet. We'll get there soon, my man. I just need another steak dangled in front of me, Turnsy. Christopher Camentini saying he likes this one, makes me laugh. Ron Lofton saying he might go Rockies team total again. Daryl Turner liking Rockies plus 1.5. I don't hate that, honestly. I really don't. Morton, 6+ strikeouts and Philly money line. Man, it's very interesting. Interesting. I like we say, I don't hate that Rockies plus 1.5 because all these -300 games seem to be close. And after getting blown out yesterday, I don't hate it, but I'm passing here. So shout out to you there, Daryl. Or Darren, I should say. Miami, Washington, next game on our program. A good one here. Patrick Corbin versus Jesus Luzardo. The two lefties squaring off here. Both actually received losses in their last game, so they're 5-5 and 4-7 here. I think the market here is the most interesting one of the day, and it might get me on the Nationals here. I'll be honest. 30% of the bets, I should say 31% of the bets now as we're getting live updates, and 88% of the money on the Washington Nationals here. Kind of similar with the under here as well. 41% of the bets and 73% of the money on the under. And Patrick Corbin Day is kind of long gone now. He's kind of righted the ship a little bit and turned into a better pitcher. Maybe he got some alleviation of all that pressure from that big contract and realizing he's just going to be on a ship bum squad. Who knows? But he's pitching well this year, and so is Jesus Luzardo. Patrick Corbin coming off a 5-inning, 4-hit, 2-earned run performance at the Houston Astros. And my guy Jesus coming off of a rough start, 4 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned at Seattle. He's actually pitched against the Nationals once already here. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run already against these Nationals. And am I worried here a little bit? Yeah, I absolutely do lean unders here. Eric Jones, shout out to you, my guy. Eric Jones, by the way, Justin McElvey says Happy Father's Day. He wanted me to pass that message along to you. Wrong Lofton saying first 5 under there for you. Let's see here. By the way, Soler over 1.5 total bases. Nats plus 1.5. I like the Nats a lot here, but Soler probably going to hit. Corbin, from what my projections tell me, I think they definitely get to Jesus. Interesting. BJ saying it opened at -150 and didn't move. Rem Most asking any plays thus far. I'm on the game under in game 1 of Red Sox Yankees under 9.5, and I'm leaning very hard towards the Orioles. And we'll talk about that at the end of the program. I haven't bet that, but I'm going to bet Red Sox Yankees under there, Rem. So shout out to you there, and interesting. That's for the Padres game. Oh, okay. Sorry. Beautiful. I didn't know that. My bad. Interesting. I will write down again the Washington Nationals here because that big bets on the Washington Nationals here always interests me. Let's look real quick at how these two teams have been doing against lefties. Last week for the Washington Nationals, let's see here. Scrolling does not look good. 74 plate appearances, a 32 weighted runs created plus. My God, that was just in 1 week. So let's pull it back out for the whole month here. Not really much better. 25th, 71 weighted runs created plus, and 177 plate appearances for the Nationals. That's concerning. That's concerning. Full season, they're still 13th best, 108 weighted runs created plus. Damn. All right, I have Washington first five written down for me, and I want to also check real quick how the Miami Marlins bullpen been in the last 2 weeks compared to the Nationals here. Miami, 12th best bullpen last 2 weeks according to ERA, 3.49 ERA, and we have our Nationals. Nationals are second to last at a 6. All right, so that makes my decision easier. First five Nationals here, plus 132 on our friends at Bet Online. Looks like it's going to be on my card here, hoping these Nationals can bust out of this slump against lefties. And I know Jesus Luzardo, a good lefty, a lefty I love to back, truth be told. But the market is telling me something here. So shout out to that. And by the way, Rocco also dropping a Lane Thomas over 1.5 bases and a plus 525 home run. And Rocco also dropping the Marlins use their good relievers in the past 2 days. Likes that plus 1.5 there. I like it too, Rocco. I just don't want to lay the minus 120 is the difference. I have a minus 128 on one of my books and a minus 125 on the other one. So, and Rant's liking the first five under. I do too. I think this is an under game. Eric Jones also dropping the Nats are 2-9 to the under, coming off of 1 under and a home loss. Very interesting there. Torrey Coker on Washington, first five money line. Let's fucking cash it, Torrey. Let's cash it together, my man. I hope so. Cardinals Mets here. Another good matchup. Matty Lib versus Carlos Carrasco. No bet for me in this series. This has been a tough series for me to bet. I just have had no feel for either of these squads right now. I used to have such a good feel in the Cardinals, and I don't know what the fuck they are anymore. But Lib is coming off of a good performance against the Giants, who the Giants are apparently a good baseball team. Got to respect them now. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, and a 3-4 loss against the Giants, as we said. Carlos Carrasco coming off of an okay start, not as much length as you want, but 4 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and a 2-1 loss against the Pirates. Just a respectable start. Oh, again, really had no feel for this spot here. Let's look at the tickets and cash real quick before we head out of this game. 59% of the bets and 53% of the money on the Mets money line there. So a little more market or a little more money on them. More tickets. Maybe you can say a little bit bigger bets on the Cardinals, but all kind of negligible. What's interesting here, the total, 29% of bets, 77% of the cash on the over here. That alone makes me want to take the over, if I'm being honest. Let's look at both of these squads' numbers real quick. And for some reason, I'm losing my voice right now, but we're going to fight through it. New York Mets against lefties this month. Only 91 plate appearances, 95 weighted runs created plus. Full season, 16th, 102 weighted runs created plus. So obviously about average. And let's see, obviously the Cardinals offense is an enigma. You never know what you're going to get with them, I guess. And they put up great numbers full season and first month here, first 18 days of this month. 7th best against righties, 110 weighted runs created plus. Full season, they're still 9th, 106. So I'd lean over in this game, obviously, just based off that market. And, again, I think my favorite spots, just as Jimmy has said before, in the market is to be in a spot where it's about 30% of the tickets and over 77 or over 70% of the money on one side. It's just it feels like it's the sharp side there. So the over is looking like it's going to be a play for me here. If I wanted to bet it, our friends at Bet Online, it'd be over 9.5 at minus 103. And we'll write that down. We'll come back to it at the end of the program. Let's check out the comments real quick before we move on here. Real Deal Prime saying over it is. Jay Coop saying this screams over 9.5, so take the under. Jay Coop, I wish I could agree with you, but fuck, 72% of the tickets are on the under, so it seems like a lot of people are betting the under, maybe with not much money, but they're betting it. Robert Franklin leaning over. Cards first 5 over for Torrey Coker here. Eric Jones also likes the over. Looks like I'm in good company at least. Johnny K likes the Cards. Darren Turner likes the over. He sees runs. Robert Franklin likes the first 5 under. Interesting for sure here. All right. This is going to be an over game for me. It's going to be fun. I'll probably make that one official as well. Thanks for the chat for making me feel better about my plays. We have 5 minutes left for a 30-minute show, and I obviously am not going to do that. So let's try to keep it going here, but we're in a good brisk pace here. Brisk pace. Angels Royals here, and damn did I want to bet the Angels based off this line last night. Last night it was minus 125 for the Angels. Now look at it. Minus 105 for the Royals, minus 115. A way stay off game for me. And maybe you could explain this line because we've seen this matchup. We've seen this matchup April, January, February, March, April. I can't do my months in my head for some reason. April 22nd, both of these guys faced off against each other. 5 1/3, 6 runs, 5 of them earned for Tyler Anderson. He gets the loss in that start. An 11-8 loss there in that game. Zach Greinke at the Angels. 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs there. A pretty good start, actually, on the road for Zach Greinke. He got to get the win, but I really wanted nothing to do with this game after that. Maybe I'm betting Royals here after you see that big line movement, but, as we always say, you kind of want plus money to back these shitty squads. Totals-wise here, let's talk about the market first. 47% of the bets on the over and 74% of the money on the over there. So big bets on the over you see there. And sidewise market here. Let's find it. Here we are. Man, shocking. It really does seem like the Royals are the play here. 69% of the bets and 78% of the money on the Angels. And we're making it more and more appealing to bet the Angels. It seems like a sign there that we should take the Royals, honestly. And I want more risk reward taking them. But why are the books, as Jimmy would say, I'll fucking quote him exactly. Why are the books opening their arms up to Angels money here, making it more appealing to bet the Angels? It just seems like the Royals should be the play here. And that's just shocking to say, honestly. Christopher Comentini saying Royals definitely the play here. Shout out to Debbie Cab, who's joined us in the program. Debbie, we've mentioned you here a couple times. Appreciate you, my man. Jay Coop saying Royals are pass here. BJ saying based on the market, this is a Royals bet here. And he says, question is, do you have the balls to back them? And he says, I don't. Backwoods for him. Jake Burns saying, I think I'll bet Royals first 5 team total. Justin McElvey also saying, who the hell is putting all the money on the Royals? Rocco liking little Mike Trout props. Top set liking KC first 5. Man. And Tommy Gunn, happy Father's Day to you, my guy, as well. Man, oh man. Am I going to be on the Royals today, guys? Is that what we're going to end up doing here? Shit. All right. Let me see what I can get for a Royals first 5 here, because I'm not going to go against the Angels bullpen, which is shockingly enough one of the best bullpens in baseball. Kansas City Royals first 5 money line minus 115. Not my favorite bet, but let's hope the market forces can join us here. It has to be. I know. I have to bet this game here. So this is going to be very interesting. Let's move on. Reds, Astros here. And shout out to the Cincinnati Reds, who have become America's team here for a little bit. They've been out here winning. We've been cashing on Reds bets. Technically, I've bet the unders in the first game. We took Reds first 5 last game. I'll be honest. I want to take them again here. The Red Hot Reds. It's shocking enough. Ronel Blanco has had 2 starts in the majors so far. They've both been pretty good too. His last one at the Toronto Blue Jays. Oh no, he actually had 1. This is his second. Sorry. So he had 1 start, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 3-2 victory there, or sorry, 3-2 loss there against the Blue Jays. Obviously not his fault because he's been pitching really well. Luke Weaver is a guy that scares me to back. Obviously, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs against the Royals, but that's the Royals. This is a whole different beast than the Astros. Are we really going to see the Astros lose another one to the Reds here? I don't know, but I probably will. Let me look at the money real quick because I want to bet Reds first 5 here. I really do. Yet again. And by the way, Dami Gunn mentioning Reds open at 40-1 in the division. Now they're 6-1. Yeah, it's funny. The moment Ellie De La Cruz, we've been talking about that, Dami. When Ellie De La Cruz came up and they started playing well, initially we were like, "What are the Reds to win this division?" And it was like plus 1,300, and we were like, "Oh man, it's pretty good." Blah, blah, blah. And then a week later, now it's plus like 400, plus 600. It's crazy to see. It really is. So shout out to the Red Hot Reds. I hope they do end up purchasing instead of selling in the trade deadline. And by the way, Jake Burns saying no Altuve in the lineup here. Very interesting. Let's refresh RotoWire real quick to see here because I would love to have a confirmed lineup. We obviously, we do. Nope. Altuve in the confirmed lineup. Allegedly, according to RotoWire, Altuve, Bregman, Tucker, Abreu are the top guys in the lineup. Ellie De La Cruz in the lineup for the Reds here. I'm going to look at the market real quick, and then we'll decide here. 58% of the bets and 78% of the money on your Cincinnati Reds there as well. 8,000 tickets in. Totals-wise, no money on this one. You can only just tell the percentage of bets. Interesting. 63% of the bets on the over. And Action does not want to tell us the percentage of money, seems. Interesting. All right. A pass here for you. Shout to you, Rayhan Hyder, my guy. Appreciate you. Rayhan, thank you for watching the program. Great smoke shop in San Antonio. Go check it out. Smoke Needs, I believe is the name of it. So Rayhan, you might correct me there. And Nutflush Allen, shout out to you. Oh, man, Nutflush, get him. Get his ass, Nutflush. Talking some Dodgers Giants shit. I love to see that. Rocco, or I should say Nutflush, let us know what you think about the game today. I can't wait for that. All right, so Reds first 5 money line. I have that written down here as well, and we'll talk about that at the end of the program here as a lean thus far. Again, am I just going to be betting America's team here and the Astros are to come in and stomp their fucking hearts out and, say that, no, we're actually a good ball club here. But, I mean, the Astros are so hurt right now. So we'll see. Reds first 5 money lines plus 110 right now for me on Bovada. And I want to double back real quick because it's nice having 2 books in this aspect. Bet Online has it at plus 115. So shout out to, again, Bet Online killing the baseball odds game. Detroit, Minnesota, next game on our slate, but no pitcher for Detroit I've seen, and it looks like it's going to rain in this game. So this all equaled easy pass for me. Not even going to talk about it. Apparently we're getting Mason Engler. I don't even know how to say his name. We'll just call him Mason. Don't know if this game goes. Don't want to bet this game either way. Pass game for me. Let's go Pirates, Milwaukee Brewers. Interesting game. I've lost money on the Pirates. I think now twice. I think I've bet on them twice in this series. I don't remember. And I'm basically just sick of the Pirates right now. This absolutely felt like the series where the Milwaukee Brewers were like, okay, this is cute. Everyone, you guys can talk about everyone in this division, but we're still going to find a way to beat everyone because we've been here. We know what we're doing. We're an organization that's got its shit together. And I was like, whatever, man. I want to bet, like I said, I've lost too much money on the Pirates here to bet them again here. But I definitely considered it. I just want nothing to do with it here, market wise. And Freddie Peralta has been a solid pitcher. We all know what he does as well. Market wise, let's get into it. Very favorable market to your Pirates here, too. 34% of the tickets and 79% of the bets is moving. 79% of the bets, or sorry, 79% money on the Pirates. So that's pretty crazy there. 66% of the bets, 21% on the Brewers. And totals wise, let's go to the total. 62% of money on the over, or 62% of tickets on the over, I should say. 47% of the money on it. So bigger bets on the under. Not enough for me to move on it. If I had to pick a side, it absolutely would be Pirates here. But truthfully, I think I've lost too much money on the fucking Pirates to do it. So no thanks here. And by the way, Dabby Cab going Brewers first 5 -1/2. Not betting it, but it's been money last 2 games here. I think it is here today. Rocco saying I hate the Brewers, but Brewers -1 here. McElvey likes Yelich over 1.5 bases here. Shout out to him. Brewers first 5 -1/2. And by the way, he's also dropping a little. Brewers have a chance to sweep, and I think it is a big step for them. I think they would really like this sweep here. So I'm gonna move on here. I've got nothing here for me as well. As Christopher Robinson, he says, don't raise it. Just maybe put them away. Just put them away. Next game on our slate, Toronto, Texas. A great game, and this is why I was referring to Dabby Cab earlier, because Dabby Cab was one of the first people to put me on the John Gray train. He's been just phenomenal this year. He might even finish like top 5 in a Cy Young if he pitches this well. 9 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and a 1-0 loss last time out against the St. Louis Cardinals. Just this is what the Rangers do, though. They throw those starting pitchers as long as they can go, and they throw, and they pitching really well. Bassett coming off of getting shit pumped against the Orioles, 3 innings, 11 hits, 8 earned runs here. Another game that I passed on, but this line has been going towards John Gray and the Rangers here. -126 last night, now -136. And Dabby Cab also mentioning the first 5 over here yet again. First 5 over, I believe it was in this game, Dabby Cab. Let me actually scroll back and see here because I don't want to misquote you as well. But I know Dabby Cab loves it. And it's Rays Padres first 5 over. Apologies. Rays Padres first 5 over here. Man, it's going to be interesting to see how this game operates. Topset likes the over. Let's go to, and by the way, a lot of people liking the first 5 money line. I forgot about that. BJ also liked the first 5 money line. Full game money line, actually, excuse me. Rocco liking first 5 there. You know, it's always nice to be in the company of those 2 guys when you're on the side here. So 62% of the bets. Wow, this is crazy. 62% of the bets on the Rangers. 97% of the money on the Rangers. That is very, very high. And this dropping now 58% of the bets, 97% of the money. Jeez, that's crazy. Totals wise here, 59% of the money on the over here, 60% of the tickets on the over. Not really surprising, but a pass game for me. Damn, 97%. Sheesh. All right. You know what? BJ, I'll ride with you. I'll ride with you, BJ. You ask, you make those fucking big boy bets, BJ. Why would I not trust you? Rangers, and this is juicy, obviously, but whatever. Rangers full game money line here, -128 at our friends at Bet Online. Again, I'll keep saying it. Go to the Pub Sports Radio website, www.pubsportsradio.com. You can see the Bet Online logo, click on it, take you to their website, sign up. You'll get a deposit match. Let's fucking go. It's a good time. It's going to be fun. And yes, Rocco, this line is fucking moving. And look at this little Dommy gun dropping home road splits. Bassett at home, a 186 on the road. 577. Yeesh. Let's move on. And we won't fail you. I know. That's why you make those fucking big bets, BJ. Now, your unit size dwarfs mine, so that's why I trust you, my guy. Rocco on fire every day on this program, so no reason not to trust him. Easy pass game here to continue on. Phillies A's, lean A's, but Zach Wheeler, good pitcher. Hogan Harris coming off of one of his best career outings in the reverse boycott game, and I truthfully don't want to back a guy coming off of that. So a pass game for me here minus 245. It makes sense. Total and market wise, real quick. Funny market here. 13% of the bets on the A's, but 92% of the money on Oakland here. So that's very funny there. If you like your Oakland A's here, you can have some confidence there, perhaps. Let's go to the total here as I try to scan for it real quick. Here we are. 72% of the bets and 71% of the money on the over here. Allegedly, according to Action, this was a 7. I have had this opening up as a 7.5, and now is going up to an 8. So easy pass here for me. I would lean A's, but no thanks here. By the way, top set liking the Nats here as well. And I am also on the Nats. Johnny Gunn on the Nats here. Good. Maybe it's a Nationals first 5 full game split for us here. We'll talk about that game back in the review of the program here. We have a couple games left. Let's wrap these games up here quickly because it's Father's Day. Want to get you guys back out to your dads. So shout out to all the dads out there, as always. Good and bad. If you're a bad dad, maybe less of a shout out, but shout out to you still. Since today is your day, I guess. White Sox Mariners here. Let's talk. Is it really Giolito? I feel like I wrote that. Yeah, it's not Giolito, Logan Gilbert. I didn't update the graphics. So we'll just take this down, not worry about it. It's Lance Lynn, Bryce Miller starting for both of these squads here. And Bryce Miller, I'm glad he's coming off of a good outing here because I was a little worried about it because I was like, what are we doing? If you look at his pitch, he throws 70% fastballs. I'm like, I know he's got the best fastball in the league, but throw in an off speeder too. And he really only has fastball sliders, so it's concerning. If one of those pitches isn't working, he's pretty fucked. But if they're both working, he's dominant. Versus Miami, 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run. Kind of tells the story there. Got crushed in his last 2 outings before that. It makes me have some hesitancy backing him here. Against Lance Lynn, who I've faded I don't know how many times I cashed 1 bet with him all year, and I faded him every time else, basically. Coming off of a 5 innings, 6 hits, 5-run, 4 of them earned performance at the Doyers last time out here, too. I'd like to see what you guys have to say about this game because I ultimately had nothing here for me. Sanka, we're on the Rangers here today. Yeah, BJ, Rocco, and myself are now on the Rangers today. Full game first 5. For all of us, actually. I'm on full game. BJ's on full game. Rocco's on first 5. I probably should be on both because I don't want to get involved with the bullpens, but we'll get back to that at the end of the program there. So I had nothing on that game market-wise real quick on Mariners, White Sox. 57% of the bets and 81% of the bets are the money, on the under. So expecting a lower scoring game yet again here. And some Mariners love. And, it's kind of rare when you get a lot of money on the big favorite here. 150. 58% of the bets and 67% now of the money on the Mariners sidewise there. So really nothing for me there either. Let's go Cleveland, Arizona. Tanner Bybee versus Zach Davies. Bybee coming off his worst start of the year and a start that I actually backed him because I've enjoyed his work all year. And Zach Davies is kind of a runs machine, but he goes out there and gives you innings. The real question is, as always, if you want to bet the Cleveland Guardians, is do you think the Cleveland Guardians bats will show up today? Let's look at their last month, and I'll cut it down to last week to see how they're doing against righties. This month so far against righties, they're 13th, 103 weighted runs created plus. Not the best, but not the worst for sure. Last week from the 11th to today here, they are 23rd, 84 weighted runs created plus. So you can see the bats are kind of getting a little cold there. Zach Davies, good enough pitcher. At a minus 110, it appealed me slightly to bet the Guardians here, but I wanted nothing to do with this game at the end of it. Sidewise and market here, 44% of the bets and 68% of the money on the Guardians here, which again makes sense to me. Makes sense to me here, but maybe that's people forgetting how good the Diamondbacks are at a time. 55% of the bets and 64% of the money on the under here as well. So, yep, just another easy pass game for me here. I'd love to hear what you guys say about this game as well. Backwoods for BJ. Corey Allen asking about a Wheeler and Morton to get the win prop plus 220. I don't hate that at all. The issue is Morton. He has to go 6 innings, and I don't have his numbers in front of me, but you'll have to see how many times he went 6 innings. So shout out to you there. Rocco liking the Guardians, D-backs first 5 over there. Ron Lofton liking Diamondbacks money line here as well. Interesting. I am let me see here. Oh, by the way, shout out to DX Filer joining us here as well. And very interesting. All right. No thanks. First 5 over. I can see it. And Diamondbacks team total over. Everyone on the over in this game, seemingly. So nothing here for me. Let's go to our 2 primetime games here. Doyers are going to be our last game, actually, because I have Padres on the screen. Padres Rays here. A good series. But they've split both games so far, so we'll see who wins it here. And you've got the guy you want on the mound if you're the Padres, Joe Musgrove versus Yanni Chirinos here. And Yanni's been a pretty good starter. His last start, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 1 earned run, and a 4-2 victory against Minnesota. Can't hate on it. And Joe Musgrove has been more good than bad this year. His start was a little rocky, but he's figured it out. Six innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs last time out against the Guardians and a 6-3 victory. The market, again, it feels like the market has been like this for all 3 games of this series. And I went with it the first game, lost. Didn't bet the second game. Fucking Padres win. And here we are yet again. 41% of the tickets, 91% of the money on the Padres here. So there you go. I market wise, it feels like it's a Padres spot. Total 75% of the bets and 72% of the money on the under here as well. I had this as a 9 last night, and it still is. It dropped. It's now an 8.5. So that makes sense. I had nothing on this game. I really thought that maybe the Rays could be getting some money here because Joe Musgrove a little overrated at times. But no, a lot of Padres love here. So let's check out the chat before we move on. No move. Oh, and this is the what BJ was referring to, I believe. No line movement at all. And with all that money on the Padres, maybe that's a sign. Christopher Commentini saying Padres. I was on the Padres last night, and he can't lay the minus 150. Yes, Dami Gunn. Yep, Dami mentioning that if you take out his Mexico stats, that he's had a good year so far. Shout out to the Mexican game. That's very funny. BJ, I'll read off that total again here real quick. 75% of the bets and 72% of the money on the under. So I don't know if you can consider it sharp. More seems like a public under, but I can see why you're on it. I can see it. Both teams against righties real quick. Let's mention it. Last week, the San Diego Padres are 13th against righties, 114 weighted runs created plus, while your Tampa Bay Rays are 9th, 123 weighted runs created plus against righties, and we all know that their first full season against righties as well, while the Padres' full season lay at 20th. But the Padres are getting hot, as we all kind of know. So under is interesting. Honestly, I think I would honestly lean over, but that's why I'm not betting this game. And with no movement at all, I probably lean Padres, but I ultimately wanted nothing to do with it there. Let's now move on to the final game on our program. Again, I thought the show would be a lot shorter, but this is what this is. Again, happy Father's Day to everyone. We appreciate you guys for sticking around. Let's get into the game of the night. Will the Dodgers get swept by the San Francisco Giants? Because I know Giants fans out there would be very thrilled about that. And they've got their guy on the bump, Logan Webb, Tony Gonsolin on the bump for the Dodgers here. Everyone knows that I have had a checkered history with Tony Gonsolin. I have lost so many bets against Tony Gonsolin. I always, for some reason, have a lower opinion of Tony than most, and he just goes out there and shoves it up my ass every time. 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs last time against the White Sox. So yeah, I never want to go against this guy. And when I first looked at the matchups here, my first thought was Dodgers. But shockingly enough, this line was a minus 130 last night, now down to minus 120. And guess what? We've got more money on your Giants here. Let me refresh again. Actually, we don't, because last night it was 24% of the tickets, 75% of money on the Giants. And now 57% of the tickets on the Giants, but 45% of the money on them. So can you call it public action on the Dodgers? And the line has just moved their way. Very interesting. I like the Dodgers here early on, but I think I'm going to pass this game. Again, we have a lot of Dodgers, West Coast, and Giants cappers in the chat as well. So let me read your opinions here real quick, because I would love to hear this. And obviously, Max Muncy, I think he pulled his hamstring. So I think that would be very interesting to note, because he's one of the best hitters on their lineup and allegedly dominates Logan Webb. Brian Watson, I'll answer your question here soon, real quick, but let me read that. BJ saying Gonsolin is solid, Giants ace, pass for him. Paul Trippy saying Dodgers destroyed parlays last night. I can only imagine that. The Giants should win again if it's not rigged. Shout out to Daryl Turner. BJ saying the Dodgers are not putting up good ball, playing good ball, I should say, as I'm trying to get this in my fucking throat here. Let me see here. Vitalis saying, let me see here. The money heading towards the under, but Webb's numbers are fishy. Your thoughts here, essentially. Let's see here. I want to double check the number. No money on the under here. 67% of the bets and 76% of the money on the under. And let's pull up batter versus pitcher real quick one more time, because I would love to see that. Because like we just mentioned, Max Muncy, a guy that crushes. Logan Webb not in the lineup here. They've probably had plenty of appearances with him. Two guys that do fucking hammer him are the two most important lines in this lineup, Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. 10 for 23, a double, a home run, hitting 435 off of him is Freddie Freeman. Mookie Betts, 12 for 26, 2 doubles, 1 home run, only 1 strikeout too. 462 batting average, not ERA there. But no one else, really. Will Smith, 200. And Chris Taylor has the only other home run against him, hitting 263, 5 for 19. But not really. None of this lineup has really seen him. JD Martinez, 0 for 5, 4 Ks. I guess I would lean under here, because I believe in the Cat Man, Tony Gonsolin. Or I should say I believe in him, even though I've had a checkered past with him, like we just said. So yeah, Vitalis. If I had to pick a side totals wise, I would bet under, but I just don't have enough of a feel on either of these squads here to make a firm opinion. I would love to hear what again our guys in the chat say. By the way, Nutflush saying, be careful here. Webb could give up some runs. Also, the weather will be hot today. The Giants may have enjoyed that win last night. I'll be waiting on confirmations before I move on it, but tread lightly here. Yes, Mookie Betts. Freeman, by the way, That's pretty crazy, huh? Minus 110 for 1.5 bases when a dude's hitting 500 against their starter. That's pretty interesting there. Rick J saying, I'd rather stay off, not into fading teams when facing a sweep at home. I agree with you there. Vitalis said he's looking at the first 5 under. Obviously, you can't trust on their bullpen. Yeah, the Dodgers bullpen, wow. The Dodgers bullpen has just been one of the worst in baseball, one of the biggest shocks in baseball, too. And that's why you can see all these smart cappers taking the first 5 if you're taking the Dodgers here. I lean Dodgers first 5, but the market screams Giants. I'm going to wait for lineups to make a decision here. The Dodgers might put out their poopiest lineup of the whole season. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. BJ saying, what was your pick in that doubleheader between Severino and Bejo? Let's recap our plays right now, and I'll tell you here. So that's very interesting. Jose, base props are usually plus money. Are they? I had no idea. I didn't know. You can tell how much I look at player props. 0%. So minus 110 is kind of funny then. Let's recap our action here. Let's start with that double dip that Torrey Coker BJ was mentioning. I'm on the first game under 9.5 minus 115. And if the Red Sox lose game 1, which I kind of expect them to do, I will be on the Red Sox game 2, full game money line, or maybe -1, kind of depending on the line. And by the way, the lineup last night was poopy. Sorry, I'm cross-eyed reading these things. Rocco, I apologize. So yeah, first game under 9.5 minus 115. If the Red Sox lose game 1, we'll be on them in game 2. Follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett, and you'll see the action there. Baltimore money line. Minus 111 here. Let me double check the market here. I want to see if the market has made any moves here during the show. 71% of the bets and 61% of the money now on the Orioles here. I guess I'll move on them. I'll move on the Orioles here. I trust everyone. I trust everyone in the chat. Baltimore money line minus 111. A little double up here, I believe. And this is going to make Dabby Cab sick. But I'm going to double up here on the Washington Nationals. First 5 in full game. First 5 plus 132. And full game plus 134 there. Believing in Patrick Corbin and hoping the Nationals offense can get right. The arms and that they used up. It's going to be interesting there. So let's take that double up. Beautiful. All right, next, the over in Mets. Cardinals over 9.5 minus 103. I am also, shockingly enough, taking Kansas City Royals first 5 money line minus 115. I am taking the Texas Rangers full game money line minus 128. A little juicy there. Hoping John Gray gets the job done. And shout out to Corey Allen, who is betting John Gray plus 160 to get a win there. I like that bet. If I could make it, I would. I just don't have player win props. But I like that bet. So shout out to you, my guy, Corey Allen. And lastly, I don't know if it's the bet I feel the least confident in. But I do not love backing Luke Weaver in most any circumstances. I don't know if I would trust Luke Weaver with my child, but I will trust him with my first 5 money here. So I'll take the Cincinnati Reds first 5 money line plus 115 there. So to recap real quick, because that was kind of a jumpy jump around recap. Game 1, Red Sox, Yankees under 9.5 minus 115. If the Red Sox lose game 1, we'll be on them game 2. Double up on the Nationals, first 5 full game, plus 134, plus 132. Orioles money line, minus 111. Cardinals, Mets over 9.5, minus 103. Royals, first 5 money line, minus 115. Rangers, full game money line, minus 128. And the Reds, first 5 money line, plus 115. Woo! Appreciate everyone. A solo say hey plays that was supposed to be short and has now ran into the full hour that we usually go into. So apologies if I've kept you away from your fathers long enough. Fathers, I'm sorry that I've kept you away from your children long enough. Go get showered with love and affection, perhaps some gifts. Go turn on the barbecue because it's going to be a great day today. Sunday full of baseball is always fun. We've got a doubleheader with Sox and Yankees, a great Padres-Rays game, another Giants-Dodgers game that's going to be a whole lot of fun. We even have the illustrious Braves versus the Rockies. Who isn't going to watch that? It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Rick J, just saying just another day. Shout out to you, Rick J. BJ, Real Deal Prime, Corey Allen, Tori Coker, Jay Stone, Timmy the Dad. Shout out to you, Timmy. I hope we cashed there. Let me know what bet you're tailing, my man. I hope you cash whatever we tail. Nutflush Allen, shout out to you, my guy. I really thought that Disney trip would hurt these Giants players, but apparently Disney is just what they needed to sweep the Dodgers. Who knows? Again, shout out to you, Tori, BJ, Rocco, Rance, Chris K, all you guys. We appreciate it. Vitalis, Jay Coop in here, Jay Peasy. Shout out to you, my guy, Jay Peasy, because your bars are the best there. Chris K, Paul Trippy, Curtis Berry in here. Dami Gunrici joined the program for a little bit. Shout out to you, my guy, Dami. Derek Pata jumped in as well. Shout out to my Venezuelan brother there asking about a Braves-Dodgers moneyline parlay. I do not like it just because I don't like the Dodgers there. I would find something else. Perhaps Rangers, Orioles, perhaps, maybe. I don't know. But Curtis Berry, Jay Stone, all you guys, DX Filer joined us. Nasty Nate was in here as well. We appreciate all you guys, as always, for watching it. Man Bear Pig, the real DJ. Hit that like, as he says. It helps the program. It helps me, helps Pub Sports Radio in all the various ways, getting us in the algorithm and all that good stuff. And don't forget, two last things. One, go to the Pub Sports Radio website. If you need another book, hit those links, sign up. You'll get a deposit match. It'll be a good time. And Pub Sports Radio gets credit for sending you. And that is a very, very helpful thing for the pub. Let the books know that you're a follower of the program, of the pub, and it helps us out. And two, do not forget, go green. Sign up for a membership today. $4.99 a month. Father's Day gift for my dad, buy him a Pub Sports Radio membership. That's what I would do. Do it for your dad. Shout out to you guys as always. Say hey to us on social media at Jose Bouquett. And we'll see you guys for another edition of Say Hey Please on Tuesday. No Say Hey Plays tomorrow. Tuesday. Remember that. No Say Hey Plays Monday. Tuesday. I will be back here again. Say hey, and we'll see you guys next time.